In Owuroko village, the days began with the call of the rooster and the soft rustle of palm leaves swaying in the morning breeze. Children's laughter carried over the red earth paths as women returned from the stream balancing water pots on their heads. Life was simple here, not without struggle, but rich in the warmth of community. Adewale, a young man of 28, woke before dawn each day. His pride and livelihood was an old yellow taxi, a little battered from years of service but still faithful. He would clean it carefully, wiping the dust from the seats as if he were tending to a prized jewel. Though the taxi coughed and rattled along the road, it carried him into the city each morning and back to the village by night, helping him pay his rent and send money to his widowed mother. One hot afternoon in Lagos, he saw her for the first time. She was standing by the roadside, her Ankara gown hugging her figure, the fabric so bright it seemed to drink in the sun. Her gold earrings swayed with every movement. There was a poise about her, a kind of quiet confidence that made her stand out among the crowd. "Good afternoon, sister," Adewale called, leaning from his taxi window. "Where you dey go?" She looked at him briefly, as though weighing whether to step into his cab. "Oh, PB, please be quick," she said, sliding into the back seat. The city roared around them, hawkers weaving between cars, Danfo buses honking impatiently, the distant smell of roasted plantain drifting through the air. Adewale glanced at her through the rearview mirror. She had the bearing of someone who had never worried about the price of Gary. Yet her eyes, they carried something soft, almost lonely. He dropped her off at a tall building in the heart of the city. She paid him without meeting his eyes and disappeared through the glass doors. Fate is like a stubborn yam vine. Once it finds a tree to climb, it will not let go. A week later, Adewale saw her again, this time in Owuroko market. The market was alive with colors and sounds. Traders called out their prices, goats bleated, and women bargained loudly over heaps of tomatoes. Adewale had stopped to greet a joke, a cheerful young woman selling peppers and onions. "Ah, Adewale," a joke teased. "Come buy from me today. I go give you extra for free." Adewale laughed. "Your pepper too hot for me," a joke. "I know one cry for road." And then he saw her, the same young woman from Lagos, walking between the stalls with a woven basket in her hand. She paused to ask a trader about yams, and as she moved past, their eyes met. This time she smiled. That smile was the beginning. Soon they would speak more whenever they crossed paths. He learned her name was Iwatami, the only daughter of Chief Olatunji, a man whose wealth and influence stretched far beyond Owuroko. She learned he was a simple taxi driver, but one who spoke with honesty and treated her with respect. In the evenings, they would sit by the small river outside the village, talking until the crickets filled the air with their song. Adewale told her of his dreams, one day to own a fleet of taxis, to build a small home for his mother. She listened, and though she said little about her own life, he could feel she enjoyed those quiet moments far from the noise of the city. But the peace did not last. News of their closeness reached Chief Olatunji, and one evening, he summoned his daughter to his study. "I hear you've been spending time with a taxi driver," he said, his voice cold. "His name is Adewale," she replied softly. "I don't care for his name. I care for his worth. I did not raise you to marry beneath you. You are a queen, Iwatami, and a queen must marry a king. Father, he is hard-working. He is kind. Kindness does not buy respect. Hard work does not open doors. Money does. Position does." His words were sharp, leaving no space for argument. Still, she could not stay away from Adewale. She met him in secret, and one night by the moonlit river, he took her hand. "I cannot give you gold or silk," he said, "but I can give you my heart. I will work until my bones are old if it means keeping you happy." She smiled faintly. "I believe you, but promises are delicate." Chief Olatunji soon introduced her to Kunal, a wealthy businessman with connections in politics. He showered her with expensive gifts, new clothes, and the approval of her father. The pressure became unbearable. One rainy night, after yet another argument with her father, Iwatami left without telling Adewale. She married Kunnal in a lavish ceremony filled with important guests, fine wine, and loud praise songs. But life inside that marriage was cold. Kunnal was controlling, dismissive, and often away on business. The only light in her life was the child she carried. A child she knew was not her husband's. Months later, a joke brought the news to Adewale. "She's married now," she said gently. "And she's expecting." Adewale said nothing, but his chest felt hollow, like an empty calabash. Years passed. He worked harder, expanded his taxi business, and though he tried to forget, her memory lingered. Then came the Owuroko festival. Drums echoed through the air, masquerades danced in colorful costumes, and the smell of jollof rice and suya filled the streets. Adewale stood by the roadside, watching the festivities. When he saw her, he walked closer. "Iwadami, is this?" Her voice broke. "Yes, he's yours."
I'm sorry, Adewale.
"I let pride and my father's will take from us what we could have built together." The festival noise faded around them. Adewale's eyes softened. "The past is gone. What matters is now." She nodded, tears falling freely. Will you be in his life?" He took the boy's small hand in his own. "From today, I will never let go." And so, the wound pride had once caused began to heal. For wealth fades, power shifts, but love, true love, is the only crown worth wearing.